Stick score here, 60-second stick check, scoring a hockey stick. We're on a mission to find the best hockey stick in the world, and today I've got the Grays DB10. It's a Dynabow, which means it's a mid bow. All right, so the bow starts a little bit higher up the stick, it's not down the end. Leah Krause uses this for the USA women's national team. Now from the front, this looks pretty good. Turn it over, it's like an 80s disco, mate. So let's see how it plays. It's going to be interesting to see what a mid bow does. Let's go. Power. Mate, this is actually really nice for tomahawks. It's got power, it's consistent through the strike, and I think with the low bows it changes where your hands need to be, right? So I feel like this is probably a good position for me, like actually coming into that tomahawk for a natural, you know, hand position on it here. Right, now here's the point for this. So I didn't hit that cleanly. It came just out of the middle of the head and I still got a lot of power. So for me, thinking about sweet spots, right, this is better. So there's less of a sweet spot, right? So it's a bit like those golf clubs that Callaway did recently. Like on the front, if you miss-hit one, you're still going to generate, it's like it brings it back straight, if you know what I'm saying. So I feel like with this, it's the same sort with the power. Even if you don't hit it exactly where it's supposed to be, you still get that power. Ooh, that's a good goal, baby. Mate, you can flick a ball with this. I'm telling you, I think this is probably one of the nicest sticks to sweep with. It's just so like flat, and because the weight's in that head, it comes through like really nice. Ooh, and there you have it. The power in the DB10 is huge. It's the highest power rating in the Dynabow series from Grays. Really exciting. Tomahawks have power, sweeps 100% have power, which was awesome for those fundamental skills. Shooting, you just saw it there. It's an absolute beast of a stick to hit with. And when you're making passes, it's also really solid. So for the power, we're going to give it a 9.6. Right, now moving on to the touch of the DB10. Really solid. Extremely versatile when you're moving that ball around, okay? Receiving that ball, stuck on the stick nicely. Really high score for this. It's a very simple stick, but it's very effective and it will work with you. It will work with a lot of players, I'm telling you. If you want a stick that works with your game, this is a good fit because it's very fundamentally perfect. So for the touch, we're going to give it a 9.5. All right, so now thinking about the ball handling of the stick, how we carry it, how we move it in those skills, it's good, but with the bow, so it's obviously the Dynabow, which is the mid bow, you can see what that actually means is the bow starts, it's a bit more gradual down the stick. So for all your fundamentals, it's really good. Your left-right pulls is perfect, like it stays on the stick. When you're ball carrying nicely, like sprinting at speed, like it stays on the stick. The only thing that it might affect is the, you know, your 3D skills, and we'll talk about the bow in a minute. But it's pretty good. So for ball handling, we're going to give it an 8.8. All right, now moving on to the bow of the stick, the Dynabow series from Grays. Okay, mid bow, talked about it, gradual down the stick, very good for your fundamental skills. All right. Now, here's the thing with a bow. It's sometimes much harder to get underneath the ball in 3D. Throwing aerials, right? We talked about that a little bit. I had to lean back a little bit more in here because the bow's not as big. But with the drag flick, it didn't make a difference. I was still able to get the momentum through the ball, pick the ball up behind me. So it's the catch-22 with that. So with that all being said, we're going to give the bow an 8.9. Now moving on to the value of the stick. This stick retails at $299. I think that's an absolute steal for this stick. If you want something that's going to work with you and stick with your fundamentals, there's nothing really special about this stick. It's got a lot of power, but there's nothing out of the ordinary, right? It's going to work with you, and for the value of the stick, for 299 bucks, that's a steal. For the value, we're going to give it a 9.7. All right, now we're going on to the X factor of the stick. You turn it like this, love it. Turn it like this, don't love it. Now here's the thing. You want to look good, you want to feel good, right? Look good, feel good, play good. But that's not necessarily the way that you should view a hockey stick. There's nothing wrong with this. This is actually a really lovely stick to use. Very standard and good for everything. Very all round, right? It's just the look of this. For me, this side doesn't cut it, and it's really not got the X factor. So for the X factor, we're going to give it a 6.3. So the all round total score for the DB10 is an 8.8.